For content for y'all. And again, I'm not a content creator. I will like to say this though. You don't have to believe anything that I say. I say this all the time. Feel free to do your research. If you actually want to have a conversation with me, I'm open to it. I just suggest that you don't troll and you back up the stuff that you're saying. That's all I say. Um, Another thing, right? Have the ear to listen or to see the things that I'm showing y'all. I know sometimes my voice can get, you know, eerie to some people, right? So the whole concept of angels, we're gonna get into this, right? Because again, Christianity, amongst other religions as well, but mostly Christianity, they have a belief that angels are spirits, right? And what people don't realize is that angels are a living being. They are a living being, just like God is a living being. That's why God says in scriptures, or scriptures say that the God of Israel is the one and only true living God. He is a living being. It's not a spirit. All right. I just got to put that out there. Now, the whole concept of angels in Christianity belief is that they believe that angels are watching over them and protecting them. And the reason why this is a false belief, right, is because, hold on one sec. Excuse me. As I was saying, the reason why they believe in that, which make it not true, is because in the scriptures, the God of heaven talks about worshiping angels and bowing down to angels. So people down here on earth tell themselves, when anytime something good happens to them or, they avoid death or whatever, they say to themselves, I had a guardian angel or I had one of my family members watching over me. That is a form of idolizing the dead, which is strongly a sin. That's something God of heaven is strongly against. All right. So, just to give you an example, of what I mean, you might see stuff like this. You might see things like this, right? And you would say to yourself, I have an angel protecting me or watching over me. That's not the case at all. Okay. It's not the case at all, right? Because angels are not necessarily protectors in a way. Yes, God of heaven, he can send an angel to attack someone. God can send an angel to walk with his people, you know, to protect them from enemy danger, but they are a living being, not a spirit. All right. You see, when somebody passes away and you see their obituary, you ever notice how people always put an angel on their loved ones and say that this angel, this person that was once my loved one is now an ancestor and they're watching over me. No, they're fuck not. They're not watching over you, bro. They're not. Nowhere in the scripture does it say that. They're not watching over you. And things like this gets me upset because you can just tell people don't actually read. They just listen to other people, right? They listen to other people and they just regurgitate the shit that they heard from someone else. And it irks my soul hearing that dumb shit. Sheriffs, like I said in my other videos, and just to give you an example, a sheriff is actually someone that guards the throne of God. that guards the gates to heaven. That's what a cherub does. There's a some type. It's a creature. Okay, cherubs are guardian beings. Angels are not. Angels, right, are mostly like messengers and shit, right? So let's see if I can give you an example, right? When we look at Genesis, when the angels went to go visit Lot, okay, they came in the form of a man, okay? They came in the form of a man. They came in physical form. Now, the people, right, that was trying to break into Lot house, they were trying to do harm to these angels. That means that these angels come in flesh, not spirit. Is this all making sense to y'all? They come in flesh, not spirit. That means that they come from heaven, which we call space. And yes, space is real, but it's really called heaven. They just call it space now. Okay? So these are living beings. These beings are not necessarily protecting you unless God has a purpose for you and he sends an angel directly down from heaven. Remember, angels have a physical form, they don't come in spirit form. That means you can see an actual angel. And just so I can show y'all this, right? Because I know, again, a lot of people, a lot of y'all don't read. I really do not read at all, right? Let me give you an example. Matter of fact, this is really a good example right here because how do they know it's an angel if they can't fucking see them? If they come in spirit, right? Again, we can just go with Samson mother, right? Samson mother, she was greeted by the angel of the Lord, but at the time, she didn't know it was the angel of the Lord. You get what I'm saying? So she had no clue that this angel was actually an angel. All right. So the whole point I'm trying to make is this: angels are real living beings that come from space, aka heaven. Some of them come as messenger. They are really soldiers. You got different types. So they really soldiers and God sends them to carry out an agenda. Just like God sent the angel of the Lord to kill the Assyrian army, right? And let's get into the Assyrian army. For those that don't know, ancient Assyria was once this powerful military kingdom, and they made cherubs, but they referred to them as Lamasus. And in their belief, they say that the Lamasus, who look like similar to the cherub that guards the throne of God, so protects the kingdom, they will put them in front of the palace and they will say that it was used to uh well, modern day scholars, the Europeans, they would say that these Lamasus was there to protect them from quote unquote demons. But nowhere in scripture does it actually say that, right? I believe that the king of Assyria and the people of Assyria at that time was really just using it as decoration for the palace. All right. But yeah, anyway, they would carve out cherubs and they would say it was used to guard the king and stuff like that. Hopefully I'm not losing y'all with all this talk. You know what I'm saying? I'm real deep into this stuff, man. A lot of people just say I just be making up shit and I'm like, bro, I'm literally showing y'all the scriptures right here. Like, what is you saying, bro? But that's really what I wanted to say. Angels is not really protecting any of y'all. You know, you see Europeans today, like again, the whole concept of European, Christianity. This is why in Europe they always got these angels everywhere. Even when you look at in America, when you look at white people houses and stuff, they got all these different type of angels on their front porch. Or they got these statues in front of their house and stuff. That is a form of idolizing. This is the same thing that the people in Assyria was doing. So again, history is doing nothing more but repeating itself over and over. That's all I gotta say, y'all. I'm out. Probably gonna make a part two.